late 1944. The German war machine isn't the powerhouse it used to be, and is crumbling. From the Allied forces advancing in the west, spearheading through Normandy and France, and years of aerial bombardments, and the Soviet breakthrough in the east, Joseph Goebbels calling it total war from the savage fighting on both sides. Germany is running out of resources, so Adolf Hitler and Martin Bormann made a decree to the people of Germany on October 18, 1944, to join arms to help defend the fatherland in a last desperate attempt to gain more manpower, basically cannon fodder. Any man ages from as low as 16, more likely Hitler Youth, to 67 are required to fight, despite any capabilities, physical capabilities, or injuries. Even women were forced to fight to create a people's storm or Volksstorm. Volksstorm units were treated basically like regular army units, and instead of just defending their hometowns like the propaganda suggests, Volksstorm units could be sent to any front as needed. Volksstorm units did not always get uniforms, but instead got an armband to signify they were a military unit and not a partisan group, therefore are protected under the Geneva Conventions, on the Western Front at least. Volksstorm members were asked to bring their own weather-resistant clothing and a good pair of shoes. Some units might get pieces of military gear, such as field caps, mess kits, cartridge pouches, and they would get an overcoats too, such as this. They would also get enemy helmets, such as Russian or French. The same goes for weapons and gear. Right here we got some Swedish rifles and Mosins, British rifles. Here's a French mass rifle to be captured from past victories and battlefield pickups. The most famous and notorious weapon of the Volksstorm is probably the Panzerfaust in all variations, big, or small, otherwise known as the Panzerkleen or false patron. Easy to operate and recoilless, was perfect for hit-and-run tactics and ambushes, surprise attacks, in the urban rubble of Germany. But a lot of Volksstorm units did not always get much training, only a couple hours on the weekends, and were not an effective fighting force on the battlefield. There were some Volksstorm units that had the experience of World War I vets though. Volksstorm units' main task was to surprise and slow down the enemy, and to buy time for the regular army units to retreat. Most Volksstorm members would abandon their positions at the first sight of combat, or use what little ammo they had left till they ran out and got out of Dodge, or willingly surrendered to Western Allied forces for better treatment, unlike on the Eastern Front. And this will be the end of the video. This is a retake it was kind of this is my first time doing like a documentary type video, and it is kind of hard to talk and get it to line up, you know, get all the pictures and everything. But I hope you enjoyed.
That's what I was afraid of.
It was fun making this. This took a couple weeks getting all this stuff gathered up and getting people to help out and stuff. You know, this isn't political or anything. Thanks for watching.